Hello and welcome back to Attingham Park. It is the 8th of May 1964. We today are rolling the grassland. Get this rolled and then we can see 4 little lambs there doing well. Get this job done, then we can get the slurry spread on it. And of course this is the end of May, so you need to pay a bit of money back tomorrow. We've got £4,449. May need to sell a load of pigs tomorrow to make that up, to pay the £5,000 to keep up our repayments, which we are hoping will be paid in full once we sell the old farm. I've got some milk to take over to the dairy, but thought we'd come and get the rolling done first. Little old bush continuing to put to work on the roll. It will stay on this roll once we get a tractor to replace it going the main body of the field. We need to close that gate, don't we? If we haven't closed that gate, we'll have the cattle all in here somewhere. Managed to dive out of the way of the gate with the tractor there with the swinging shut. Let's get this job done and then we've got the rest of the grassland to cultivate up. One more field of that to do, and then we need to get some lime down here and spread some lime on the land. We've got 2 fields to plough, one which is going to be potatoes or sugar beet, and one, oh yeah, both going to be potatoes or sugar beet, I think. So let's just get ourselves down that, round we go. Yeah, it's a fairly big grass field, should get us plenty of bales going forward. Getting into June tomorrow also means, of course, that we're on the countdown to the first day of harvest, so it shouldn't be too long before we are harvesting our barley, getting that straw baled up and getting everything ready then for the farm to be sold. So we've got to get the cattle over here before then, we've got to get the pigs sold and pay back if not every penny, as much of the loan as we can to lower our loan interest each day. Trouble is, with having the big loan interest every day, it does take a good bit of money each day off of the farm. Take a fair while with this set of rolls. Well, it's not a set of rolls, it's just a single roll that came with the tractor. It takes a fair while to do a field of this size. But it will do it. Once you get a tractor to do the main body of the field, this Porsche tractor will stay a little while on the grass roll, and will be replaced as it goes down the order. We've also got field 44 to roll as well, so plenty of rolling to be done before you join us again. After today's video, I am away looking after my mother again, so there'll be no videos until at least on Monday, but we will see on that. Not sure how long I am staying over there for, of course, but should be back on Monday, the way things stand at the moment, but you never know how things are going to progress over there. But we will do our best to get a video out on Monday. May not be away back for very long before we are away again, to my brother, I think, who helps look after her, is in Scotland for a week soon, so could well be, of course, that he's away this weekend and then goes to Scotland. I don't know, but anyway, we will get the next video out as quickly as we can after today's. All of this is going to take a while, being the size of field it is, but that's fine. Once we upgrade the roll, of course, it will do it a lot quicker, but for now there's nothing available other than something this size to do it. nicely on the farm. Once you get, as I say, once you get the animals moved up the other farm, it is ready as soon as we get the crop and the straw off. It is ready to be sold. Just need £5,000, maybe 10,000 to keep the bank from foreclosing on the farm, just keep our payments up until we can pay it all off in a lump sum. But expanding down here and getting some sheep was the course of action to go with. Sheep are only young lambs, so they, I doubt, will produce any wool for a while. If, like on other maps, we are unable to sell wool, we will sell the sheep, knock the sheep shed down, put up a pigsty, buy pigs again, and work that field at the back as another grass field, probably. Another arable field, I'm not sure on that, but hey, we've got to be positive and feel that we can sell the wool. Our little Porsche tractor, of course, will be replaced by probably the 5,000 doing the rolling, but down this end it will remain for a little bit longer on the grass roll, and then may well go down onto the straw blower and release the E27N from doing any work. It would also mean, of course, that the E27N would go and park up in the garage or be sold, depending on how we feel about it at the time. We may sell it because we need the money for it, or we may keep it because we've got enough money to keep the farm running, so we will see. Definitely tomorrow we are going to have to get rid of a load of pigs to pay back the £5,000. Again, that will be a job for our little Ford, I think, for now. As well as getting closer to this harvest, of course, being 1964, get this year out, we are halfway through the 60s, and that will mean, of course, that we should be able to find a combine which is a little more modern than that one. What they have on offer, the Class New Holland or John Deere or Massey Ferguson, which shall see. It's surprising how much of this grass we have got through at the minute. There's just a small roll like this to do the job. As I say, tomorrow when you join us, we may be selling milk and pigs to try and earn enough money to pay back the loan. They're waiting to get that field ready. Once you get that cultivated, this rolled, we have got some slurry spreading to do on here. We've got manure to spread on the two fields that are going to be potatoes and sugar beet. We've got lime to spread on all the fields down here. See now that pans out for us. As we move forward, do need, of course, to get some lime over here on the farm. But again, with the money we've got, that may well be put off for this year and line it all next year and just take the hit on the yield for a little while. The manure and the slurry we can get done. That won't be a problem whatsoever. We shall see. Slurry's not lime's not that expensive to buy, but the amount we need may be more than we've got. Even though it's 400 and something pounds a pallet. We will see how things go with that. I think probably selling the pigs after we've got the slurry spread, the manure spread, will be the way forward, and see if we can get some lime before we sell off the rest of the farm. Have enough to pay back loans until such time we can clear it. Definitely need to get the other cattle brought over here as well as quickly as we can, so to run about after two lots of cattle. We're about halfway through the rolling of the grassland. It's a nice economical tractor this. It doesn't use a lot of fuel. You don't have to keep running back to the yard to sort things out for it. Anyway, let's get ourselves round another breed. Will of course make sure we've got a better yield of grass. Of course, the grass that we harvested this time hadn't been rolled, it hadn't had any fertiliser on it whatsoever, so, and was in need of lime, I think. Yeah, pH value is bad, nitrogen is bad. Not sure what the nitrogen was like when we bought it, but needed lime in for definite. It hadn't been rolled, so that would have reduced the yield a good chunk. We shall get as much of the work done as we've got enough lime, I think, to do the grass field if nothing else, so we should be on full maximum effect of a yield, so that will be good going forward for us. O'clock in the morning already, so the day quickly going away from us. I think we've got enough lime with what's at the old dairy farm to at least get the grass done, so that is where we're going to stick to that. Tomorrow should be able to get the lime spread and then get started on the slurry. It does mean, of course, heading to the arable farm to pick up the lime spreader. I would say we'd fill it up over there, but we haven't got a loader for those farms at the moment. Next year we'll change that, because the 135 doing the cultivating at the moment will go on to the front loader, and we'll have one at the animals and one at the arable. Does mean, of course, buying a front loader bracket, front loader and all the tools that we need. Don't need a manure fork, but we are going to need a bucket, pallet forks for the arable farm. We shall see as we go forward on that. Should be able to get everything at the end of this year to swap that out. Does of course mean the 135 has got to hard days ahead of it with cultivating and drilling before it goes onto a bucket for an easier life. But anyway, halfway through this field, that is all we've got time for today. So if you've enjoyed today's grass rolling video, please give us a like, give us a share, drop us a comment if you are new to the channel and you'd like to see more of the work we do here. Please subscribe to the channel. If you give that bell a ring, it will tell you when our content is available. Until you join us again next time. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We shall be back as quickly as we can. Until then, stay safe. Goodbye for now.